Assalamu alaikum kids. And hi kids.
Walaikum salam.
Alright, very nice. How are you?
Very good.
That's amazing. Great to hear that. Alright, so today we are going to talk about a very important thing. Today we are going to start learning programming. That will be a complete course about learning Python. That's a language. We will talk about what is meant by a language, what is Python. But before that, let's have a concept that why we have to go for language or something. So, do you know we have a lot of different senses, lot of different functions our body has. Like
Yes.
we can taste if this is a sweet chocolate. We can feel smell. This is bad, this is good. We can touch, we can get the pain. We can say, ouch, this is not good. This is very bad or something. We can read with our eyes. Like we can see, we can watch, we can see every color. We can see the faces, we recognize people. That, oh, this is my brother. This is my friend. Because we can see, we can watch, and we can listen. Like sometimes we recognize people by their voices. Like you can find, oh, it's mama's calling, and your brother is saying, no, she's not mama, she's my sister. And no, this is your mom voice. Because we recognize sound, we recognize voices, yes? Okay, so if I'm hiding behind the wall and I'm talking and you listen to me, do you recognize that who is he? And you'll say, oh, we know this is Imran. I know him. The same goes with the teacher. When teacher is coming to your classroom and she's not still in your classroom, like she's coming, you say, hey, your teacher is coming. I heard her. So this is something like happen. And sometime in your classroom, some of your friends, you hear the voice, you say, oh, I hear the sound that she's somewhere here. I can hear her or hear him. And the same way, if we have to talk to someone, we can speak. So we have a lot of different functions. We have a lot of, we have different functions. We have different receptors. We have different senses. So a human is a very complex computer, right? Now, if we talk about computer nowadays, so it gives us almost everything what a human has. So there is a disease, agousia, when some people lost the taste. They can't taste anything. And that case might be in future or might be nowadays, there will be some electronic tongue that can help those patients where they can start having the taste. Let's suppose that's a person who lost their taste and now he is holding some electronic device in his hand which looks like a tongue, and whatever he's going to eat, he just puts something here and that tongue give a signal to his brain that, oh, this is tasty or something. So might be that will be so funny that if there will be a child and he is not eating some healthy food like vegetable or something, and let's suppose he has unfortunately agousia disease, he don't feel the taste. Now his mama is going to let him eat vegetables, but an electronic tongue which is outside here, which is connected by some wires with his brain that tell him the taste. So what she does, she will put some sweet chocolate here on his tongue, electronic tongue, and he feels, oh, it's so tasty. But she gave him some vegetables and he's enjoying vegetables, having the taste of chocolate. So that could be possible. And think about smell. Yes, you know there's a fire alarm in different buildings which have some sensors. Like if there will be some smoke in the building, a house, it can smell, oh, there's a smoke, and it start alarming, ding ding ding, right?
Yep.
All right, okay. So the same way, there's so many robots which know that how softly they have to hold some flower, and how much strength, how much power they have to use to hold a hammer. So nowadays robots know that what is the difference. If this is a robot, he know that if he has to hold a flower, so how much force he has to use to grab the flower. And if he has to let's suppose hold a hammer, a Thor hammer, so he know that how much power he knows to hold a hammer, right? That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see that our computer has cameras. They can see us, right? They have eyes. This is their eyes. So some in Apple phone, your face detection is like when you come to your iPad or mobile phone or computer, it can see you from its camera, and it will unlock that device, right? So this is the eye of computer. Yes, Mohammed, there's a question? Okay.
No.
All right. So there is ears of computer. Like we can Siri, if you talk to Siri, hi Siri, so it start talking to you and say, yeah, what do you want? Yeah. So this is like he's listening you, and when he's responding back to you, like he's saying, what you want, Stolfe? So this is he's talking to you, and you say, is there something like a good recipe for rice? So she start telling you, yeah, there is a good recipe for the rice. You can go to this website. So in this way, like it's talking to you. So computer has, like with a lot of such thing, we have some functionality like human in computers. But how that happens, how we talk to computer, like how we let computer know that he should respond like this. Actually, it's a machine. Computer is a simple machine. It has nothing more than that. So how we let this computer know that we want this? Up to now, if you go to some of your
By typing the stuff.
Okay, how I am teaching to you. Let's suppose a German teacher can teach you. If we start talking in German, do you understand him? No. Okay. If there will be some French teacher, would you understand him?
Kind of.
No, if you don't know French, you won't understand him. So I said, if you don't speak the same language. If you speak the same language, you can talk. You will teach. Someone can teach you if he's talking the same language. So we use some language for computer to talk to it. So let me tell one more thing. So when you're using your phone, in your phone, let's suppose you're playing some game, a snake game, and he has to pick some treasure, and he has not to hit some, let's suppose, wall. So actually some developer or programmer make that thing, and you're just using it. You are a gamer. You are using some software which someone has created. So let's suppose it's a developer. He's the person who make games. And this is you who play the games. So you are playing the games. You're playing the games, and he is making the games. And this one who is watching, your young child, your young brother, because he can't play. Okay, so if you want to be this guy who is making that games, who is helping sick people by making some software, which, let's suppose, nowadays there are some research going on. You know, blind people, they can't see, and they're trying to make some eyes that they could start seeing something. Because actually, when we saw something, our eyes just send some signals to our brain, and they say, oh, you're watching this thing, that's what's happening. So instead of that, actually what they are trying to achieve, they put some camera here, might be on your cap or your forehead. You will just make a belt and put it on, and this camera is actually watching, and that camera just send the same signal to your brain to make a picture just like same image which you can see from your eyes. So if you will become like a good mathematician, good programmer, you can help these people. You can help the people with the disease of agousia. They can't taste. Think about that. If you will make something for them, they start tasting. And think about a very young child who can't see, and you make some device for him, or if someone has already made, and that is helping those blind child to start watching, see, its life is going to change. So these are the people who are actually making something, and they make by learning some language. What they do?
Language.
They learn some language and they make something. And computer,
Is the language Python? Is the language Python, or it can be any other language as well?
yeah, that's a very good question. Nice. I can talk to you about this, yeah, shortly. So in a simple way, this is you. If you are just playing the games, you're using software, see, everywhere we are doing, we are watching Netflix. Netflix is a software. You're playing games. Games are software. You're having a watch. It has a software. You are using your iPad. The simplest software. Your car has audio. You can listen something. Pretty much software there also. Okay.
Are there more languages like Python and Scala more than them, or there are only these two?
All right, so that's good same, but good question again. So the first thing, we can talk to computer. You can see there will be a keyboard normally. There is a mouse. So there are the input devices. What do we have? Input. We have input devices which we can use, and we can give some information to our computer. But not only with input devices. With input devices, we are going to use some language. And that will be a good example for you, like this. See, let's suppose these are three countries: England, France, and Pakistan. These are three child. This is from England, this is from France, and this is from Pakistan. That child say hi when he's talking to someone. He's talking in English. This child is saying bonjour, and he's talking in French. When he's talking to his parent, or he's walking outside, he's playing with their friend, so he's talking in French. That child is speaking in Urdu and say Assalamu alaikum, and he's talking in Urdu when he is playing with the friend, talking to his parents, or some other, might be other local languages. Now, this all information, like when he's talking or he's listening, that sound goes to his ear and his ear and his ear. For him, hi. For him, bonjour. For him, assalamu alaikum. And that goes to their brain like this. Okay? And their brain knows some language, and that brain let them understand. Actually, in his brain there is no language. It is not written like a apple or something. There is anything written in our brain like that. A apple, B ball or something. It's nothing like that. In our brain, all information is just chemical and electrical signals. That's what we have. This is what we have in our brain, a neural network. We just know that there is a electrical or chemical signals which tell us a apple. So for this guy, hi is this. For bonjour is this. This is the information, and this is how it is written in our brain. Like it's like a chemical or electrical signals. Make sense? What's that? Chemical? Electrical.
Electrical signals.
Yeah, we have electricity in our body also. That's interesting. I don't know, I think for men it is 6 milliampere or maybe 9 milliampere, and same for men. They have some electricity in our body. So this is how our information is being saved. Now, how it works in computer. When we are saying hi, bonjour, assalamu alaikum, or we are using some other language, that language we are not using like French or something. There are different languages like C++, Python, Scala, Rust. These language actually we use. So any child who is living in England, it doesn't mean that he has to only speak English and that computer can understand. He has to use any of these languages, or there are many more. So this one is called C++, this is Python, that is Scala, this is Rust, there are Java, there is C, there is many more, COBOL or something, Haskell.
So there are different languages.
Yes. So if you know one language, interesting part is that if you know one language, you can learn different language a little easier. The first language is very important. If you learn the first language, like a child, then for learning other language will make us more relaxed. That sounds good? Is there any question? So see how all that information, when these child from England, from France, from Pakistan is using these, or India or some other place, they're using these languages like C++, Python, Scala, Rust, and then they're talking to computer, and internally computer is saving all that information in 0-1 information.
Computer languages, because when we are like Siri, so can't we just talk to him or say something like him to him?
Yeah, there will be something like that. Like we can use Siri, but so some type of implementation, some type of instruction we can give to computer by using Siri, but there are so many things we have to just tell to computer with more detail, with more information, and we require for sure a language with very exact information that, oh right, this is my code. So to make some
This is you're saying like we need more information, but if I give an example of Python, I only have two types of numbers, 1 and 0. So how is it more information?
No, listen, this is Python is not 0 1. So see this example again. What I'm saying, this child say bonjour, right? But in our brain, that information is saved like this. Do we talk like that? No. Python or Scala, we use English language like that. We will say vol x equal to 2. This is what I said something in Scala. So we use some language which is like normally we can understand, but internally in computer it is saved like that. We never talk to computer like this. Just like saying we never talk to each other like this. We talk like that. We say bonjour, hi, how are you, where are you going? So we use English language. That language, Python, Scala, Rust, will be very close to this language, like what we talk. We are saying hi, hello, and you will read it just like normal language. Okay, that's what he's talking about. And for this question, it's a time to see our best language we are going to start, and that is Python. That's great. I was so interested to teach you Scala, but I'm going for Python because it has many different implementation. You can go with a lot of interesting tools. So let's go with Python. That will be amazing to see. You have to go to your browser and you have to open Jupyter, and then we will talk from there. Welcome back. Now we are going to talk about Python language, that where we have to write Python language or how we can start doing that. There are many ways we can write Python code, but for the ease of starting this course and for you, I don't say you should go and install on your local machine. Local machine mean in my computer. Rather, I will say you can write your Python code in your browser, because in that case you don't have to write anything. You're just using browser and you can write your Python code, and you can just download them whatever you go. So first you have to look for in your browser Jupyter Notebook, and you have to enter in Google. So you'll see something like that, and you have to pick this, let's suppose, try Jupyter. You will click here and you will come to this page, and you have to just click the first one, Jupyter Lab. And when you will click Jupyter Lab, it will take you to some page. All right, I have already done something here. I'm going to remove it. So you will see some files like here, like this, like this. Some files are already there, right? Yes. On the left side, you can see there are some files. You can see there's a link folder. You click it, you can go inside notebooks. You can see there are some notebooks, right? So what we can do very easily, we can just go into that and we can see there are some cell. This is called cell.
Cell.
So cell means that like where you can write your Python code. And let me close other tab, discard. Okay, so here on the left side you can see there is a blue sign. And if I will click and I say X or something I write here, it's okay, in this browser it's not working like that, but when you use notebook on your local machine, on your computer, this is right now I'm using browser, and if you will use that in your local machine, in that case when you start writing something in this cell, like you say Ashtolfa is naughty, something like that, so this turns into green. Green means you're in edit mode. Edit means you can write something, okay? Like you open the book or your notebook and you start writing, and if you press escape button, it turns back to blue. It means that you are in you're not in edit mode, okay? This is something like where you can do some operation. And let's suppose if you want to delete that tab, that cell, so you can do double D. You press double D and that will be gone. If you'll press, let's suppose if you want to write something, if I will say a apple, and you just go to the edit mode and you want to add some cell after that, you press B. There will be a cell after that. You can see here, B banana, okay? So if you want to add some cell before that, you have to say A. That's a pretty simple thing. No worry. There is not anything difficult, so I'm just going to remove everything.
You have to write, if you want to make another place to write, you have to press B. But if you have two and you want to write between both of them, so I have to write...
Not between both of them. On the top. You can... So this is, if I will say a apple, and if I have to add some cell before that, you should just press A. And if you will use arrow keys, you can see. Can you see your arrow? If I'm using arrow keys up and down, so that blue cursor is going up and down, right?
Yes.
So
Right.
if I will go to this cell, second cell, and I say B, so I'm adding a cell after that, okay? Yeah, just if this is the current cell means where the blue sign you can see, this one, this blue sign. If you want to add some cell before that, press A. If you want to add some cell after that, press B. Okay? That's simple.
Okay.
Let's delete everything and go to the first cell. Here is our first code for Python. You have to press enter to edit something. If you have to write, let's suppose, anything, hello world, so you use either single quotes, right? Or you can use double quotes. Okay? You can use either of that. And if you have to run this code, if you want to run this code, so you have to press command enter. Okay? Now if you have to...
Sorry, the computer repeated it?
No, this one is showing the output. This is what you wrote something in Python. You wrote something in Python, and below this it is showing you the output. Okay? So I said command enter and you get the output. I can add some new cell. I will press B, and now I am going to do some magic. I say 2 plus 2. What should be the output? Muhammad, you tell me.
4.
So let's press either control enter or command enter. Oh, that's great. We have 4. So this line here, I wrote something in Python. Okay? And when I say command enter, so I said, this is my code. Computer, do you understand? He said, yes, I understand your code. And your answer is 4. And he gave you the answer in red. Okay? Now, let's go with the next step. Right here, you can say, let me write something, some more stuff.
Does it answer all of our questions, or does it only answer if we have questions like how far is the desert
No, just wait. I think just don't be complicated. Just relax. First, we have to go with the very simple these things, and then we will for sure go for some interesting and other things. But let's go with a very simple way, like ABC and something. Okay, so we are talking about what if I will just write 3 multiplied by 2? What should be the answer?
3 multiplied by 2, 6.
6. Pretty good. That's nice. 6. Let's go for the next one. What should be the answer if I will say 6? Let's suppose if your teacher say to you, Shtolfa, do you know what is 72 divided by 3? What should be the answer? And you just write here in Python, it will say 24. Perfect. That's amazing. Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So this...
Question, what is the point of a 0.0? Doesn't it mean the same thing?
Alright, so the good question is that why we have dot 0 here and not in this place. So this is something we will talk for sure later. These are different types of data.
I think 72 is not like...
Listen, Shalfa, no, I will let you know, because this is not something very difficult and something very different. Just I never told you that's the reason. So 6, in math you have already studied integers. Do you know natural numbers? Oh, look how beautiful it looks like. Okay, now this is integer and this is float, like decimal numbers. So forget about that one. Let's go with some interesting word. Can you give some, like I can write some of your name, would that work? If I will say Muhammad and I will print, would that computer will understand in Python? Oh yeah, it do understand. But what if I will do a Shtolfa here? Would that work?
Yes, because it's the same thing. It just means.
Shtolfa, do you think would it work?
Yes, I would. I think it will work.
What's that? No. It said name error. This name is not good. I don't like it.
My name.
No, this is.
You.
So it said name Shtolfa is not defined. I said, yeah, there is a Shtolfa is there. So this, now let me change something here. I said, okay, I can do a Shtolfa. Oh, see what happened? What happened in these two different cells? On the first cell you can see, I put a single quote and it said, yeah, I know, this is a Shtolfa, it's fine. So in Python, if we want to write any sentence, anything, so we can put in the single quotes and we can write anything. Let's suppose I can do here. So see, I can write anything. So if you write anything like this, if I will say Shtolfa, so he will consider that this he will consider that this name is some variable, is a place where it's like a container, it's like a box which has something. So in Python, actually we will, in next video we will talk about what is variables, what that. So that's why he doesn't work. So to make it simple, the first class we should know that if you're writing something like that without single quotes, any English sentence, in that case it thinks it a different way. But if we have to write anything like some sentence or something, you have to write them in single quotes. Okay? Alright, so in the last lecture, do you know we studied percentage? Do you remember that?
I remember very well.
Okay. Okay, one more thing. If you'll use this number sign, this is a number sign. So if you will use that, in this case, you can put some command. So Python language say, okay, you wrote something, I don't care, and I will skip it, but whatever you will write, other than that, I will read it. So this number sign, is it visible or this is very small to you? Let me know. Is it small?
Visible. Well, it's visible, but it's...
Is this better now?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, so right, that's good. So this percentage sign is like this number sign. After that, we can use any command. Okay, after that, let's suppose in the last video in the math, we studied about percentage. Let's suppose if I will write down here fraction, this is a variable. I'm just not telling you what is variable. I will explain in next video, but just for the understanding, this is a variable. Variable mean that we are saying this is a word, fraction. This is equal to, like, it is assignment operator. Like we are saying, Python, I'm going to tell you a new word. He said, what is that? I said, this is a fraction. And fraction is 3/4. What we have write down? A fraction. I said, Python, there is a fraction 3/4. And my teacher told me that I have to convert this fraction into percentage. Can you help me? So he said, I can help you, but you have to convert. Okay, and you said, okay, I know that how I can convert it. Let me give you the formula. If I had to use the percentage. Just wait a second. So how I can convert this fraction to percentage? Stalfa. Quick, that should be quick, not so slow.
First of all, you have to write 3/4. 3/4 multiplied by 100 percentage, the percent sign.
Like this.
Yes, exactly. But where's the percentage?
We will not write percent sign here because that will make something different. We are just going to calculate and we will print it. Just let me give you the name. So you can see this 3/4 is a fraction. So why not I just use fraction here? Simple, I say fraction multiplied by 100. So fraction means 3/4. So if you get confused, don't get confused. You can just simply write 3/4 here, and
or fraction.
Yeah, you just put it here, and you say I have calculated percentage, and now you have to print a percentage. You should percentage is equal to like percentage, and bang dang, and you have to just run this like that. And you can put
75.0.
Yeah, you can put some percent sign here. Now see the magic. So percentage is equal to 3/75%. What if I will just write down here 2? Not here, here. What will be the answer?
50%?
Maybe it's slow.
50%.
50%. Alright, that's great. And if I will ask you something like 5 here, 5/6, what should be the percentage?
90%? 83.3333333.
Don't be repetitive, just say here round percentage by 2 and bang.
83.33%.
And your teacher said, Stalfa, tell me what is the percentage of 1750 by 3480? We already calculated 50.29. If you go say 1050 out of this, it's 30.17. Oh, it means computers are so fast. They are. Yep, you are intelligent because you tell what to do. So what is happening in this code? See, this is a mathematical formula we used to calculate a percentage. We said whatever number is here, like a fraction, you multiply by 100, and whatever you found, just put this in this box, and that box name is percentage, and that box will remain there with that calculated value. Like in this case, 3/4 was here, and he calculated 75. He put that 75 in this percentage variable. It remains here, and whenever we call percentage, this percentage variable, and he said it's 75, so this value will remain in this variable. Okay, the value is in this variable because of this sign. It is an assignment operator which say that 75 we calculated, put this in this variable, 75 is here, and whenever we call this 75 variable, it tells, like we call this percentage variable, it gives the value 75. Whenever we will call percentage, it will say 75. Percentage, it will say 75. Okay? And this line,
The percentage, if you don't put percentage, it won't give the answer.
yeah, if this person, whatever you will put in this box, it will just tell the value. Whatever you will put this in this container, in this glass, let's suppose you have a glass, you can put water in it, you can put milk in it, you can put juice in it. So the same way it is a container, it's a variable. Whatever you will put in it, it will remain in it. So see, there's a glass and you put juice in it, and you say, Mama, give me 1 glass of juice. So Mama will put in this glass a juice and she will give you. Next day you say, Mama, give me 1 glass of milk. So the same glass, she put some milk in it and she will say, take it. Okay, so you just think right now these variables are like a container, like a glass. So you put something, it remains in it. Now in this print mean you output something on your screen, and just forget about this F sign. Just, you see, this is how I can write print. I can say print welcome to Python. So if I will run that, you see, print will just print on the screen welcome to Python, and here I just write down percentage equals to this percentage, and whatever I did round blah blah, forget it. I will tell you later what's happening. So today's video is all about this. This is our first video about Python. We talk about what is Jupyter. We can write some code here, like some mathematical operations, 2 + 2, multiply, division, and some string. You can just use this tool and you can just practice something like that. Okay, what you can find, what you can see, it's so very different. So you can practice that. After doing that practice, you have to click here on the file. Okay, and here you have to download it. Okay? And then,
That's it?
yes, and when you will get the file, you press download, you will get the file, and then you have to share this file to me, that this is what you practiced. Alright, so for the first lesson, we talk about Python. If there will be any question, we'll talk tomorrow. Have a good day.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, bye.
Have a good day too.